Welcome back to the Late to Chess podcast. I promised last episode that I would go through the top 10 things that I have found that helped me. I quickly started thinking about it and realized that if I did 10 things, it would take way too long and be longer than our standard episode. Usually on the other podcast, I have our standard episodes are about 2 hours long, and I'm trying to do a little bit better, a little bit shorter on this one. But I have a feeling as we get more deeply into the topics, they may go longer. So trying to keep it in 30 minutes or less, but I never seem to succeed, and I have the ability to keep babbling on about stuff. So, anyway, the number one problem I had when I restarted playing chess was there was so much information, so many things, so many classes, so many courses, so many YouTube channels, so many streams, so many Instagram, so many Facebook. I'm sure there's a bunch on Twitter, which is now X, which I don't use. I'm sure there's some on TikTok, which I'm not allowed to use for professional reasons. So my problem was I didn't know what to do, and a self-guided learning was proving difficult. I kept going from the color of the day, the flavor of the month, pick your analogy, whatever you want. And I'd try one and see if it worked, but I wouldn't try it long enough, and I wouldn't stick to it. And then I moved to something else, and then this is good. Oh, this is good. And I was kind of like running around in a room with blindfold on and just banging into walls, left, right, up, down, side to side. So then I started hearing something, because when you listen to a podcast, when you listen to a YouTube channel, when you're doing that, you start finding, oh, that's a kind of cool thing, and oh, they're kind of cool people, and then you just kind of randomly start learning who people are and what people are. I started hearing something about the ChessDojo, so had to cover ChessDojo first. I'm a member of ChessDojo, going on almost a year, and what it allowed me to do was it allowed me to have a curriculum tailored to my level, tailored to my schedule, and tailored to what it prescribed that I could just follow. And it eliminated the need for me to have to look for something or figure out what to do next or get lost in a random trail of some hole that I dug myself into on the endless depths of YouTube. And it would break things down by what they refer to as cohorts. Cohort being a ELO rating of 100 rating points. It kind of correlates to the FIDE and sort of correlates to US Chess, which is the local national federation here where we're located, Dojo and me. And then it interprets what the ratings are for several other national ratings organizations, different countries, FIDE as well, chess.com, Chess. And one of the fun things that I noticed about chess was people would name their ELO rating when I eventually go on to meet them, which we haven't covered any of those yet, but we'll cover those in a future podcast. And if they didn't tell me where they were talking about, it would be vastly different. I find that at the introductory level, Chess seems to have the highest rating, which sounds really cool. But it seems to correlate to about the same. So ChessDojo actually has a mathematical formulas to change everything, and that's how they do their dojo ratings, and that's how you graduate. So with each cohort, again, that's 100 ELO point span, there's required or prescribed, I guess is a better way to put it, prescribed number of games you need to play, prescribed number of books, or prescribed number of sparring sessions that you'll have against ideally a human or a computer, where you get into a position and you have to work your way out, and then things that you'll need to learn for all the different levels of the game, and just bringing it up in the background. And if you look at it, they're broken down by, what you would think: games, game analysis, tactics, middle game, end game, opening, and then non-dojo, where I could probably spend thousands of hours. Non-dojo being non-prescribed sources. They could be YouTube channels, podcasts, the rest of the stuff that I find fun, especially when I'm driving. So, and then they'll put together a training plan and you say, hey, these are the number of hours I can test on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not test, train. Um, Maybe the weekend is different, maybe it's not. And when I first started, I prescribed that I would do at least 1 hour every day and 2 hours on the weekends with a total target time of 10 hours per week. And that would get me rolling. So with that, it comes out that it will say, you know, on Monday, you need to do this and this. On Tuesday, you need to do this and this. Or if you want to look at it by a weekly thing, it'll say, this is what you need to accomplish this week. Because some days I wake up and it may say, like it says, play short games, and I don't have time, or I'm not in the mood, or maybe it says read this book, and I may be traveling and I can't read that book. So what can I do that I'm supposed to do? So then I'll look at the weekly, and I try to stay to it, and I try to have the Chess Dojo. This is how I do it. I try to have the Chess Dojo be my foundation. It's not everything I do. It's not the only thing I do. And but at least in other areas of my life and profession, if you have a solid fundamentals, solid foundation, you can build things and get to be good or accomplished fairly quickly. The other thing that the dojo does is it has a whole bunch of like-minded people who are looking to get better at chess. So you don't have to say, who can I play? They do want you to do three fundamental things. They want you to look at playing longer games, not blitz games. I think the shortest game that they recommend, especially for the lower ranked people, let's say under 1,000, which I still remain in, is I believe 15 minutes. Longer is better. I mean, when I first joined, I was like, what can I think about for that long? I mean, I just don't have that many things to think about. Well, there's lots of stuff to think about, and you'll see as you progress. Second thing, and the thing that I find that helped be the most is annotating the games. Now that can sound weird, or it can sound boring, or it can sound over the top. But what it does or prescribes is take a look at your game, see what you're doing, find out what the root causes were for you to win or for you to lose. And in the case of losing, don't do it anymore, or learn from it, or find a place that you need to go work on. Or in the case of winning, you may find out that you're winning all your games because your other opponents are blundering their pieces, or likewise things like that. And then the third game is, what is their third? I'm blanking on what the third. Blunder games, short games, long games, researching. Oh, tactics, I think is the third one. That might not be right. I'll let you know in the next episode if I got it wrong. But the things that I find that I'm having trouble with coming back is knowing and seeing tactics. And then with that, at the lower cohort levels, the two primary books and references is everyone's first chess workbook by Giannatis. Second book that would be helpful if you get through Giannatis. And by get through, I mean solve all the problems. According to my chess coach, that's a future coming episode. He says try to get through it 7 times. So that's a lot of work. And then the other one is Polgar's Mates in One, Mates in Two. I don't have the title handy with me, but it is 5,000 different checkmates and assorted checkmate patterns. And again, knowing what the patterns are allows you to, Jesse Cry, who's one of the leaders of the dojo. There's 3 senseis, and one of his things is if you know the Polgar mates, you know the layups. And the title of the book is Chess 5,334 Problems by Laszlo Polgar. He was the father of the Polgar sisters, and I think Judith was probably the best of the 3, or the most accomplished of the 3. Go with that. So being able to hit the layups. So if you see a pattern on the board, you easily just go, bing, win, done. So don't miss your layups, I guess is the way to put it. So with that, the third one, hold on to your pieces at our level. Don't give up pieces and try to take other pieces. So I like to refer to it as being a miser. I want to take all your pieces and never let go of mine. So the dojo helped me in that it clarified the fog that I had worked myself into, and it even eliminated the amount of time and energy that I used to waste trying to figure out what to do. And I would just be able to wake up in the morning, look at it, and say, boom, this is what I got to do for my hour today. And then if I had more time or more energy or, life did not get in the way, I could then go do something else. And we'll get into some of those something else because I think this one's getting kind of longer and I don't want to go too long. If you have any questions that you'd like me to go over, or if you have any uh, topics, anything that you'd like covered, any issues, any guests, let me know. Late to Chess Podcast. And our email is late to the number two chess at gmail.com. Look forward to talking to you next week. Have fun. Bye.